Welcome to Bedtime Horror Tales. Grab your headphones, dim the lights, and get comfortable under the covers. These are true scary stories, narrated with ambient sounds in the background, perfect for drifting off to sleep or staying wide awake. If you're enjoying the chills, please subscribe and hit the bell. It helps bring more stories like this. Now, let's dive in. My name is Tyler Brooks, and I've spent the last 8 months trying to forget the worst mistake I ever made. Accepting a friend request from someone I hadn't seen since high school. I'm 35, a paramedic in Chicago. Long shifts, adrenaline highs, quiet nights off with beer and video games. I'm not big on social media, but I have a Facebook account for keeping up with old crew from the firehouse and family back in Ohio. My profile is locked down, friends only, no public posts, nothing flashy. Last April, I got a friend request from Megan Walsh. Profile pic. A woman in her early 30s, brunette, smiling at the camera in scrubs. Bio said she was an ER nurse in Chicago. Mutual friends, 0. But the name rang a bell. Megan Walsh was a girl I vaguely remembered from high school. Quiet, smart, sat in the back of chemistry class. We weren't friends, but we'd been in the same circle once or twice. I accepted. Figured it was harmless. She messaged me the same day. "Tyler Brooks! Wow, small world. Remember me from West High? I just moved to Chicago for work. Crazy running into you here." We chatted a bit. She asked about my job, told me about hers. Said she'd recognized my name from a news article about a big rescue I'd been part of the year before. It felt nice, someone from the past reaching out. No drama. We messaged on and off for weeks. Nothing flirty, just friendly. She'd send memes about night shifts, ask how the job was treating me. I'd vent about tough calls. May. She suggested meeting for coffee. "We're both in the medical field. Might be nice to swap war stories." I said sure. We set it for a Saturday morning at a spot near my apartment. The day came. I waited 45 minutes. She never showed. Messaged her. "Hey, everything okay?" Reply an hour later. "Oh God, I'm so sorry. Got pulled into an extra shift. Rain check?" "No big deal. Happens." We rescheduled twice more. Same thing. Last-minute cancellations. Always work-related. I started to think she was flaking, but the messages kept coming. Encouraging after bad shifts, remembering details I'd mentioned weeks earlier. June. Things got personal. I'd had a rough call. A kid didn't make it. I posted nothing about it, but I mentioned it in a message to her, just needing to vent. Her reply. "I'm so sorry, Tyler. That's the worst part of this job. You're stronger than you think." Then she sent a photo. Her in scrubs, tired smile, holding a coffee cup that said, "World's okayest nurse." Cute. Real. We started talking more. Late-night messages when we were both off shift. She knew when I was working without me telling her. Said she'd memorized my schedule from stories I'd told. July. She suggested coming over after a shift. "I'm off at 7 a.m. You're off at 8. I could bring breakfast." I hesitated, but said yes. 7:30 a.m., knock at my door. I opened it. No one there. Just a bag from my favorite diner on the mat. Egg sandwich, hash browns, coffee exactly how I like it. Note inside. "Had to run. Trauma came in. Eat before it gets cold. M." I texted thanks. She replied, "Anytime." August. The gifts started. A new stethoscope showed up at the station, engraved with my initials. A hoodie from my favorite band left on my truck windshield. Flowers on my doorstep after a bad week. Always with notes in her handwriting. I asked how she knew where I worked, where I parked. "Small world, Chicago medical community," she said. "And you mentioned the station number once." I had, months ago. September. I started dating someone, Cassie, a teacher I met at a bar. Things were going well. I mentioned Cassie to Megan in passing. The messages changed. "You deserve someone who understands the job. Teachers have summers off. Paramedics don't. Just saying. Is she okay with the hours?" I told her it was casual, none of her business. She apologized. Went quiet for a week. Then Cassie broke things off. Said she'd gotten weird anonymous messages, photos of us together, warnings that I was not who I seemed. I knew. I confronted Megan. "That wasn't me, Tyler. I'd never." But the messages stopped after that. October. I blocked her, changed my privacy settings again, tried to move on. November. I came home from a 24-hour shift to find my apartment door unlocked. Inside, candles lit, dinner on the table, my favorite steak and potatoes. Music playing softly. A woman standing in my kitchen, back to me. Brunette. Scrubs. She turned. It wasn't Megan Walsh from high school. It was a woman I'd never seen before, smiling like she belonged there. "Hi, Tyler. Dinner's ready. You must be exhausted." I backed away, hand on my phone. She tilted her head. "Don't be scared. I'm Megan. We've known each other for months." I called 911. Police came. She was gone by the time they arrived, out the fire escape. They found prints, but no match. She'd been in my apartment for hours. Cooked. Waited. On my fridge, photos printed. Me at work, me running errands, me with Cassie. Hundreds of them. Going back a year. Before the friend request. Before I ever met her online. The real Megan Walsh from high school lives in California. Never moved to Chicago. Never sent a request. This woman had created her. Stalked me. Became her. To get close. Police are still looking. I moved again. New city, new job. But sometimes, late at night, I get a message from a new account. Different name, different face. "Hi, Tyler. Saw you're new in town. Small world." I don't accept friend requests anymore. But I know she's still out there. Finding new ways, new names. Waiting for me to let her in again.